What's going on YouTube? It's your boy R2R Moto here, and today I'm going to be talking about my first impressions of the Woodcraft Clip-ons for the FZ-09. So my bike is a 2015 FZ-09, so these bars will fit the 2014 to the 2016 version. If you have a 2017 or higher, they do have kits for those available, but these ones will not fit that. If you're looking to buy these, you can buy them on Revzilla, you can buy them on sportbiketrackgear.com, you can buy them on Woodcraft's website. There's plenty of retailers out there that sell them, so they're easy to find. And they're honestly really easy to install. So these overall took me about 4 hours, and that was with taking breaks. It's pretty simple. All you do is you just take off the grips, take off the stock handlebars, and then you just replace everything up. It's, I mean, for lack of a better term, plug and play. Like I said, I'll be talking about my first impressions of these. Gonna go over it a little bit sitting here, and then we're gonna go for a ride and talk more about how the wind feels and the seating position and everything like that. So with the stock bars on the FZ-09, you're gonna be sitting a little bit more upright, more around this position right here. Wind's gonna be hitting you right in the stomach, basically up to the neck. And you'll be feeling a lot of that wind, especially at higher speeds. With these clip-ons, you're in more of like an attack position, sort of a super sport position, but not really. To get more of that super sport feeling, you're going to want to definitely get rear sets for the bike if that's the way you want to go. For me, the rear sets aren't necessary. I actually enjoy the way the position feels with the clip-ons. So, as you can see right here, I do have the gauge relocation. The original gauge sits more in the, it sits more of like the bolt will be here, and then the gauge will be over a little bit this way. With the gauge center, it moves it over a little bit, so it centers the gauge right in the middle. Honestly, it looks a lot better. Can't really tell the difference all that much when you're riding anyway, because you eventually forget about it. But overall, it does look a little bit better. So let's talk about some of the issues with installing these. So, very minor issues can be fixed very easily. One of my personal issues that I did, and I fucked up on this one, was that I drilled the holes on this side just a little bit too far to the right. So that was more my fault. I didn't really take the time to actually measure them out multiple times to make sure I got the drilling locations correct. The bar end should be further out, more like this one right here. But you can see I only have like a little nub right here. But overall, it doesn't do anything to affect the bike. So it's just, if you are doing this, definitely make sure to double and triple check your measurements. That way you don't mess it up. Another thing is that when you're doing these handlebars, the problem that I had when I did them is that when you turn the bar full lock to the left, the throttle would stick just a little bit. Like right now, you can see it's obviously going right back, but before it would go, and then it would go slow, and it wouldn't return all the way. But that problem can be rectified with adjusting the throttle cable's slack, or just making sure that nowhere in the line is pinched, which was what my problem was. Just a little bit of the line was pinched, and I just redid that. I didn't actually relocate any of the wires. So another issue with this that you can have is that with the stock clutch cable, you can see there's a pretty severe bend in it. I'm not really a fan of that. I didn't relocate the clutch cable at all. Definitely will in the future be looking into either relocating it or doing a FZ-09 clutch cable. So another thing I forgot to mention about these clip-ons is that I have the 1-inch clip-ons in the down position, the 1-inch rise in the down position. And main thing with those is that when you have these, I don't think you can get a windscreen with them. You can probably try to get one that could work. I think I have seen pictures online of them working with the 1-inch rise in the down position, but if you're going to want a windscreen, you should definitely think about putting these in the up position, because that's the thing that a lot of people seem to do with these. And then you'll definitely be able to fit a windscreen, and it will be a lot better for you with the wind. So the 3 benefits that installing these handlebars do is they make the wind a lot better, they make handling a lot better, and they just make the overall feel of riding the bike more enjoyable. So when you're installing these, if you have the stock handlebars, you know that you sit a lot more upright. And if you have an FZ-09, you probably have noticed that the tank, or the seat rather, likes to slide you into the tank. and it's definitely could be uncomfortable for you on the long rides. Well, with these clip-ons, you sit a lot further back on the seat. Your weight is more on your arms, so you definitely can push back a little bit, and overall it just makes a more comfortable feel for longer rides, in my opinion. Another thing that these clip-ons help with is the wind. So stock handlebars, a lot of people say that you're basically wind sailing. It's like when you're sitting straight up like that, you're just getting punched in the stomach by the wind. With these clip-ons, the wind hits you a lot lower, more of like your stomach area. It definitely takes the wind off of your neck, and overall just makes it feel like a lot better to do highway rides and long distance rides, and honestly faster rides even without a windscreen. So the other thing that these handlebars change is the feel of overall riding the bike. So the way I like to describe the FZ-09 with its stock handlebars is that the bike feels like a giant dirt bike. You're at that more upright seating position, and it just feels more of like a, I guess more of like a supermoto type of feel. More not like a street bike, but more of like a just a regular bike that you would just take out and go romp around on. Now, I mean, that's fun and all for me, but like I said, the wind before is a big deal, especially with not running a windscreen, because I don't like the way the windscreens look for this bike. So putting these clip-ons, it feels more of that super sport position, especially coming from my first couple of bikes being more sport bike oriented. These feel a lot more at home like that. Definitely probably on the track would be a lot better for you. So overall, if you're thinking about getting these Woodcraft clip-ons, I say you should definitely go for it. They're really simple to install. You don't even need the dealer's help or a shop's help. You can install them in your own garage, outside, wherever you can install these at, pretty much in an afternoon. It shouldn't even take you that long, even if you're not mechanically inclined, because I know I'm not. So if you're thinking about getting them, definitely go with it. You only need a few tools, a couple of different Allens. If you're gonna drill the handlebars for the locator pins, you can go that route. You can Dremel the locator pins off. I opted to drill them, which was basically the longest process of this, was just measuring out those holes. If you need to know the drill bit size for drilling these holes, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of information about that online, I can tell you the ones that I used. I used 2 different sizes. So just comment down below if you need to know those, and I'll definitely hit you up with a comment basically telling you what I used. If you have any other questions about these bars, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them for you. Like I said earlier, if you need a tutorial for these clip-ons, you can definitely find them. Honestly, the best one I've seen actually isn't for the FZ-09, it's for the XSR 900, which is basically the same bike as the FZ-09. It's more of that like cafe racer style bike, but overall this is the same tutorial, so they still works perfectly fine. And honestly, like I said, you shouldn't have a hard time installing these. So like I said, comment down below if you need any help. Hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.